Evilslothman here, back for another vid. Yes, I am real, not a hologram. I may be a figment of your imagination.
No, it's real enough.
Rightio. This is another combined pickups vid. We seem to be doing this quite consistently.
We're both broke now.
Yeah.
I'm getting
We're
that
getting
way.
there. Yeah. We really are.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
a bit of a warning first. Because of flood damage upstairs, there may well be banging and crashing going on as our landlord is trying desperately
at 11 o'clock at night
to fix the kitchen and bathroom up there. Within 2 hours, eventually. But that's by the by.
Ours isn't actually that horrendous, but it needs to be done. Right, so we have pickups.
That's what.
So, where we start? Well, as you saw last week with Cyberlanky, he picked up 2 Master Systems.
For 25 quid.
For 25 quid. And he let me have one of them.
Yep.
So, I went out to Cash Converters and I bought a load of Master System games in there because we saw there was an archive of them nowadays. Yes. So I thought, okay, there was a load of boxed ones, so I thought, why not? Some of them have their manuals, some of them don't, but to be fairly honest, I was just wanting some things to actually play on it.
Yeah.
So the first one is Lemmings. I love Lemmings. It's evil, fiendish fuckers, but I remember all the great times playing that on the Amiga 500 with my mum, and it was one of the only games that she and I would actually play together, and...
So it was the same with my mum as well.
That and Tetris.
Lemmings and Tetris. Yeah. Lemmings and Tetris is the mother-son games.
But
that you play, yeah.
I've with all these, the SCART cable only came yesterday for the Master System, and so I just really tested them all out to see they all worked. But I played Let's Dig. Yeah, they all work.
Good way.
They all work. But
I'm gonna have to get a SCART cable.
You have to get it modded, to be fairly honest.
That's another story.
Yeah. You can't choose TV.
I can't choose my TV. My TV's evil, so I can't actually play my Master System yet. And because I'm broke, I'm going to have to wait possibly about a month and a half.
Yeah.
Even 2 months before I can get anything done about it.
Right.
So, continuing on the vein, I went upstairs and saw our friend again. We got all the Saturn games and things off him, because he has a shitload more up there. So I went and decided to raid his Mega Drive collection. But I got something a little bit more than that because I wanted it. I got a Mark 1 with little region flippy switch there, which means I can play Genesis games as well.
Yeah.
Only problem with this, of course, is don't have the right cables for it.
Yeah. Well, saying that, I've got the Master System 1 cable will fit.
Will fit this.
Will fit that.
But can't use it properly yet.
No.
But I do have the prongs, which means I could put the 32X into this.
Yes.
But I probably won't do that. I'll probably sell the 32X because it sucks.
Well, it's just too expensive to collect for, to be fairly honest. You'd really have to want to collect for the 32X.
Which I don't. It's got another 3 controllers, so that means I've got 5 Mega Drive controllers if anybody's interested.
It means we're going to have a really epic game of Micro Machines if we can get 8.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, if you've got 5, I'm sure I have about 2 or 3 hanging back here. We can have 8 player Micro Machines. It's going to be fun. Rightio, next game is the... let's see, we'll get it close. The Lucky Dime Caper starring Donald Duck. Now, as a kid, I was always a Donald Duck fan. He was my favourite Disney character.
I was Goofy.
Well,
I was always Goofy. Yeah.
I always liked... what was the one? It was Donald Duck in Mathematic Land. Or...
yeah, I know which one you mean.
You know which one I mean. I loved that one. And I loved... There was this other one, it was like a highlight reel show, but it was playing to Born to be Wild or something.
Well, there was an officer and a duck which compiled all the World War II.
That wasn't that one.
Together.
It was another
one. That was hysterical. Though.
Yeah.
Like, did a composition of all the World War II cartoons.
So now, as I've grown older, I start to like a lot more Goofy stuff. I love the Goofy movie. It is...
Yeah.
It's amazing, but that's beside the point. That game is hard. I put it in just to test it out, and it's bloody hard. But it's probably me just needing to get back into practice of games that actually have real challenge. So,
And only 2 buttons.
yeah.
Well, 3.
And they combine the one button with the start, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, that's annoying. Well, next one.
Yeah.
Because so I got the Mega Drive one with the little region flippy switch, which means I can now get Genesis games, and I've got one here, which is Super Street Fighter 2.
I love that game. I really do.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of fighters, but this is supposedly one of the best
It is.
Street Fighter games. And who knows, maybe it'll be the one that finally makes me appreciate the Street Fighter franchise.
You just have to go Fei Long and just go completely...
I was like Dowson.
Well, I was Evil Ryu, but that was more Alpha. But that Fei Long's just funny because Bruce Lee rip-off. It's just like, flaming kick!
Yeah, so that's the only Genesis game I have, but as I say, having that means I can collect more if I want to.
There'll be some good ones.
Oh yeah.
The next one, and this is where I'm going to do some comparison vids, because I have the Mega Drive version of this, and so this is the Master System copy of Castle of Illusion. Now, I thought it was quite cool to actually do a comparison video between the both versions, because they start off fairly similar, apart from the opening's not animated on the Master System for obvious reasons. But there's some differences I've noticed already. Well, I think I'll have to go back and actually check the Mega Drive version. But we'll have to see, and I think it'll be quite an interesting one.
Yeah. It'll be good actually to do a comparison vid. Especially now that we have the means to.
Yeah.
Right. There's a big pile here. I'm just deciding which one to do next. Should we do it all in one or just do them individually?
Just do them individually.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can't have a Mega Drive without this. Sonic 1. I, in many ways, hate this game. Because it's so evilly difficult in places.
Fucking Labyrinth.
Yeah, well, we just don't go there. But, I feel that if you're going to have a Mega Drive, you have to have Sonic 1. So that's a worthy addition. And a must-have, really, I think.
I seem to remember picking that up on my original Mega Drive. It was £19.99 out of Woolies down in the Wild. I seem to remember, but at the time,
is not there anymore.
There's no Wolves anywhere anymore, apart from maybe online. I think.
Yes, it survives on the internet.
On the internet.
That is Woolworths is now online. Stop.
Oh, yeah. Okay, next game is something I've seen on a few other people's channel. I'm pretty sure Mark Vergier's channel, pretty specifically, and that is Fantasy Zone. I don't think he had it on the Master System. He may have had it than that, but I'm sure it was on something else he had it. And this is quite an interesting little shooter where you can actually go both directions. You're not just like R-type and going left to right. You turn around and you have to defeat everything that's in that level. And it's quite difficult. And
I don't know, I've never heard of it.
It is quite difficult, but I think something with a bit of practice I could get used to. It's just a bit weird switching sides and going back and forth at the moment.
Oh well. Continuing on the vein, another must-have for any Mega Drive collection.
You'll sense a pattern.
And after you see this one, you'll begin to sense a pattern of where this will be going with me, because it's Sonic 2. So I'm sure you can guess what the next one after this is going to be for me. Have a guess. While we watch this, just have a guess.
Rightio. The next one is another one I'm going to do for the comparison vid, and this is a very late Master System title, and that is The Lion King. As I have the Mega Drive version and this, and I actually played near enough the whole first level of this when I was testing it, and it is actually really quite fun. Of all the games I was playing on the Master System, that one I could actually get to grips with fairly quickly. So it was actually really fun. So we'll put that together with the Mega Drive one and just show you little differences, because It's like everything on the Master System. They try to make it kind of Mega Drive-y-ish, but it does have its differences.
Yeah. Well, as you were listening to that, I said
sure
you've got to mull it over in your heads and just guess. We need you to guess out there as to what this game is going to be. Okay, so I'll give you another few seconds there. Think that's long enough?
Yeah, it's long enough. They know.
Of course! You should have guessed Sonic 3, which is very loose actually.
It's very loose because the other side's broke.
Oh yeah, that'd be why. Yeah. But, so just hold it gently. Yes, Sonic 3. I'm sure you could possibly guess what the next one is as well, but we'll see if that catches anybody out.
It's my favourite game.
Well, we'll see.
Well, combining them.
Don't want to spoil the surprise for people who really don't know anything about Sonic.
Rightio. Next one is something I don't really know much about, but it seems like a light gun game, and it's called Rescue Mission. Now, from the back, it looks like you're trying to shoot things. You've got like a medic going across these train tracks or everything like this at the front, and you have to shoot the people to allow the medic to actually get through. Which does seem quite interesting.
Yeah.
Does have a nasty little yellow sticker at the top though. It's been on there far too long.
And of course, this needs no introduction, but because the box is actually fairly fucked.
I don't think you'll ever find a good condition version of that box.
You would never find a good condition of the cardboard box, but it is the sexy beast itself. Sonic and Knuckles. Combine it with Sonic 3 and you have the best Sonic game of them all.
Well, I know a lot of people say 2 is, but that's personally my favourite.
Yeah. But as you see, the box is fairly tired. I do have the Apple one as well, but that's not in much better condition. But it's a copy of it. At least it's a change from it's all kind of falling to pieces. But no,
that's what happens when you use cardboard boxes.
Well, my SNES ones are still in really good condition.
Yeah, I think Nintendo used a better cardboard.
I can't even get this back in again.
It's probably because you're using it as slant.
That would be why. Shut up.
Right. The next one I've got is probably a mistake, but I had the movie on video when I was actually younger as well, and it completely bastardized the whole concept.
Yeah.
And it's a movie license game, so it might be shit. It is Tom and Jerry the movie. Now, if you didn't see Tom and Jerry the movie...
Good for you.
Yeah, very good for you, because the one thing they predominantly did in that film, which bastardized the whole thing, was they had Tom and Jerry speak.
And sing.
Mm-hmm. And everything going up to Quebec, and there was some things, or his dad, or dad was up in Quebec, or some stupid shit.
The point is... Just so we can spoil it so nobody ever does have to watch it, the problem with it that bastardizes everything is apparently they're best friends.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
That's like 50 years just gone fuck up.
Yeah. Alright, moving on. Away from that. Next one is Spider-Man! Yay! Which is... Judging by the back of the box, just a nice little platform game. I quite like the Spider-Man platform games. I did have a copy of the original one on the Game Boy.
That one was hard as nails.
That went bye-bye a long time ago. I do have the Sinister 6 on the Game Boy Color, and I have Mysterio's Menace on the Game Boy Advance, and all those games are really good, especially Mysterio's Menace. If you have a chance to track down a copy of Mysterio's Menace on GBA, I would actually heartily recommend that. If only I could find my copy.
I've noticed that on the beginning of Web of Shadows, Mysterio is integral to the plot of Web of Shadows.
Mysterio is my favourite Spider-Man anyway, despite the Goldfish Ball.
Right. The next one is a show I used to love watching as a kid.
Yeah.
And this is Tasmania. Now, there is a Mega Drive version of this, and there's a SNES version which is very different.
And a Game Boy version. There's one on the Game Boy, which is horribly difficult as well. I had to play that, and it's actually quite fun as well. It's a different... So they kind of go minimalist, but it kind of works for what they've tried to do, and it actually looks really quite good for a Master System game.
I haven't got the Mega Drive version, so we can't really compare and contrast that one. But it is actually quite fun. So I'll do some gameplay footage of some of these.
Next one, I'd never ever heard of this before.
I have.
I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's Speedball 2, which I had no idea what it was. But according to the back of the box,
it's kind of like
Speedball 2, a violent quasi-legal future sport with one rule: slam a solid steel ball into your opponent's goal. The only thing tougher than this brutal blood sport is the thugs who play it. And they don't come any tougher than Brutal Deluxe. New faces at the bottom of the league, thirsting for blood and hungry for success. That kind of sums the game up, I think.
You can upgrade all your players and everything, and which is kind of that one. I played it on the Amiga. I had it on a disc copy on the Amiga, and I have actually got my own copy of it on the Mega Drive. But I think it's probably best played on the Amiga. I don't know.
We'll find out.
But okay, is it? Oh, it's mine. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, this is something I just picked up today, probably about an hour ago.
Yeah, probably.
So this is one of the game I was talking about the other week when I was doing the pickups and said I might pick these games up, and this is Call of Duty 2, the Game of the Year edition. Ding! And it's one that I completely missed when the Xbox 360 first came out. My 3 launch titles were Cameo, Perfect Dark Zero, and Project Gotham 3.
Stupid Perfect Dark Zero.
Well, the multiplayer was fun. You haven't played it, you don't bloody know.
I played it.
Oh, yeah. But
better.
all everything I've heard that Call of Duty 2 is really good, and 3 was a poor substitute.
Yeah, but they
keep on going.
They keep going up, though.
Yeah.
Every franchise has a blip. Take Sonic 3D Flicky's Island, for example. Which isn't really that bad, except for it's like they're walking on roller skates on ice. And the music is so annoying. But we'll just stop him from having convulsions here. And then move on to the next one, which is Mega Games 2, a 3-in-1 cartridge of Revenge of Shinobi, Streets of Rage 1, and Golden Axe. All 3 are brilliant games. Yeah. I have played all 3 in the past on his Mega Drive.
I didn't have any of them.
Well, yes, we did.
No, I didn't.
You're not?
No.
Where did I play them then? Must have been Grant Morrison. Yeah. But all I know is I love all 3 of them, and Shinobi is incredibly difficult if I remember correctly.
I have the arcadey version of...
trying to fill 3 instruction books in here. The box keeps bursting open.
I have the arcade version of Golden Axe, which is on my 360. It's like the arcade version of it, and I love that game to death. And I have Streets of Rage 1 on the Wii Virtual Console, of all places. I think I have 1 and 3 on there.
How bizarre. Yeah.
Okay, the next one is where I'm quite annoyed at HMV.
Yes. With good reason.
Yeah, with good bloody reason. Right, so at first I was picked this up, and this is Red Steel 2, the whole box edition. Now, what HMV in their infinite wisdom decided to do is, you know the tape they put around a lot of the boxes? They decided to put it around the whole bloody thing. So it does stuff like that. And more importantly, that. It ripped the whole entire bottom bit. I've left the tape on the top bit because there's nothing there, pretty much.
But the box does not make us the game.
No, basically the bits that you kind of wanted to keep on there are there. But the great thing about this was pre-owned at £18 and had the game, plus it has the Wii Motion Plus add-on. And so for £18 getting that on its own, I think it's about £20 separate or £25 separate on its own.
It's a good deal.
So it is a good deal. I am thinking of getting one of the Wii Motion Plus things, but I have a feeling that when Skyward Sword comes out, they're going to bundle that with Skyward Sword as well, the Wii Motion.
If they don't, then they're just trying to make money.
Because you need it to play. You need it to play Skyward Sword.
Yeah. Right. Next one for me. Again, another true classic to go with what I just showed you. Streets of Rage 2, which we did have a lot of fun playing.
Yes. I love that game.
I always liked the guy on roller skates.
I always liked Max, but that was probably because of my fascination of wrestling, to be fair.
Yeah. But no, Streets of Rage 2, probably pretty much everybody's at least heard of this. And it is a brilliant, brilliant game.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to reliving some childhood memories there.
Okay, so my last game is something that I have been wanting to pick up for a while, but I never saw it at a decent price. Well, it was a decent price. It was just I couldn't be arsed paying it. So let's see. This is Sonic Colors on the Wii, and this is basically a really, really good game. It's basically Imagine Unleashed without the werehog levels and the little submissions with this 2D platforming on it.
And lots of colours.
And lots of colours and lots of like special power-ups and everything. And plus they've taken out the 4Kids dub and have redubbed it with a new studio, which all sound really, really good. And what you get is basically Sonic Colors. And I love Sega of Europe have spelt Colors correctly
with a U.
With a U in it.
Yeah, and speaking of spelling... Speaking of spelling, everybody's heard of it and everybody knows this isn't how you spell the word, but who cares? Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah. And everybody knows the techno theme tune as well.
Yeah.
That was used on the movies.
Well, Mortal Kombat 2 is probably the definitive version of the game.
Yeah.
To be fair.
So I'm not the biggest fan of beat-em-ups, but I've always had a bit of a fascination with Mortal Kombat, and I'm actually quite intrigued by the reboot that they're doing. It looks like it could actually be really, really good. And I've always wanted to actually have a shot of this and Mortal Kombat 4.
4 I wouldn't
on the
mind
N64, but that can be a bit annoying to get hold of. But
in decent condition, yeah.
Well, that's all mine.
That's all mine.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're done again.
Rightio. So that is a load of pickups. That has been 22 minutes of your time, and if you're still here, well done. Okay. Evilslothman and Cyberlanky. Goodbye.